computer. It's literally on the edge of falling apart. It already has no screen. The screen is blurred out. It can only be used when plugged into a monitor. There's exposed circuitry from where I've completely pulverised all of the protective layers of it. The top part is hanging on. It's hanging off on one side. It's only attached on one side. Oh god, I hope that they go for a slow formation lap here. I really do hope that they go for a slow formation lap. Oh god, this is so slow. Problem is, if you make any mistake or do it or click anything wrong, you have to then wait about 10 seconds to be able to go back and undo it.
Yeah.
So like you can't really afford to like press the wrong button or like just do a little mistake that wouldn't really cost you anything in a normal computer. You have to like be strategic and plan things. Plus I'm having to lean over a load of wires. Right, that's the thumbnail done. Now save the stream. Now we've got to share it, and then we're ready. Oh god, we're nearly there. I don't know where they are on track because obviously I'm currently looking at my computer screen. So they could be coming out the last corner right now for all I know. Hopefully they're taking it easy. As YouTube is still saving my changes, it's still saving it. I pressed save about 20 seconds ago, and it's still saving it. 20 seconds to change a video title and add a thumbnail. I mean, it's beggars belief.
I don't have enough time to play 2 games of COD. I wait for my PC to pick its shit up after tapping out COD. That's where it seems like it's having like kids that simultaneous heart attacks.
Well, apologies if the race has started. I can't actually see it at the moment because I'm on my computer screen and Ian can't see it because he's watching through a Discord video call. But we are actually racing. Here we are then, as they're going through turn 4 here on lap 1. It's Revolt Detail leading the way ahead of Doris Steer, and you've got Pot the Brown there in 3rd place ahead of Park Pooper Rex. Bit of a gap back to Nick the Villa, who's running in P5 as they come down the hill into the hairpin for the first time. Looks as though we've got Jay here who's trying to defend from John Boy. John Boy looking to the outside as they go into the hairpin. Aussie Albie just behind ahead of Cobb with Mike just battling away with Craig at the moment, followed by the Mutts Nuts. Charlie Goff has dropped right off at the back of the pack here on this opening lap. He's not had the start that I'm sure he would have wanted here. They come through the Schumacher S and up towards this tricky left-hander. It's very easy to get sideways onto the curb on the entry to the corner there, but they're all negotiating it nicely as through into the valley they come here for the first time at racing speeds. Revolt Detail is still holding the lead for the time being. Strong opening from him so far. Evening, says Andy Cottrell. Evening, Big Blue. Where are you, mate? As Charlie Goff has left. He's rage quit on lap 1.
Oh.
So I'm not quite sure what's going on here, but we've got a bit battle going on in the background as Tim MW is trying to stay ahead of JJ. They're coming under heavy pressure here from Aussie Albie, who's got around the outside of John Boy here. So John Boy's lost out to Aussie Albie. Aussie Albie pulling moves here at the start of this race. As they come down the start-finish straight. Cobb there trying to defend from Mike. Yeah.
Camera.
Oh, is it not in the right place?
It's a very nice corner of your bed with some hairs on it, but I'd much rather see the race, thank you.
You only just looked at it.
No, it failed.
How are we looking?
Perfect.
Top 5 have broken away quite a bit though. TMW's got a train of cars behind him as Cobb there looking to try and attack on the back of Mike. Mike a bit wide there. He got really out of shape there with Mike. Onto the grass a little bit, but holding it as they come through this next section here. Revolt Detailer defending. Oh, a bit of a lock up there from Revolt Detailer as Thoris Steer also had to take evasive action there. That might allow Park Hooper to capitalise, but Thoris just about stays ahead of him for the time being. There must have been a big shake up though at the start because the pack is quite spread out. But obviously I didn't see it. It would have been on the stream, but I didn't see it because I was stuck on my computer screen trying to get the thumbnail and the titles, and also trying to wait for my computer to load and wait for the German flag to paste onto the thumbnail screen, and then waiting for it to save, and then waiting to be able to change the titles and stick the thumbnail on the stream, as well as copy and paste the titles and the description from last week onto the stream. But yeah, I was trying to do all of that before we started, so as a result, wasn't able to show you or rather commentate over the start of the race.
It looked like there was some congestion at the chicane just with the penultimate lap. Penultimate corner, sorry. That's where it seemed like there was the massive split. There was one car that was really slow. I think it was TJ.
Team MW, do you mean?
Yeah, sorry. My apologies.
Right, so somebody obviously kind of missed the hurry up. As we see Potter Brown looking down the inside of Park Hooper into turn 1. Bit of contact there between them as Potter Brown slightly ahead, but Park Hooper with the inside line for turn 2. And he's just going to get moved back ahead of him there. Close racing from those two. Park Hooper surviving. Now Nick the Villa trying to knock Potter Brown here if he can, as these guys battling over P4. But these are all in a train of cars here. The top 5 are well ahead of everybody else. Jay currently now at the head of this train, but he's got ahead of Team MW. So Team MW's dropped to the back of this train here. So he was running in 6th. He's now in 13th.
What has been happening with Mike lately? He is just not really doing that well.
Oh, he's wide. I think you're right, and we're seeing case in point there as well with his big moment there coming out of turn 4. In the meantime, we've got yeah, John Boy being pushed out. Oh, and there's contact. Oh, close. Jay there tagging the back of John Boy. Now Ozzy's looking to the outside of Jay as well. Jay running in a new livery this week as Ozzy trying to go around the outside for the Schumacher S, but it can't do it. And so as you were at the moment then. Up the hill they go. But yeah, that was a bit of a hairy moment there between John Boy and Jay. And Jay's still on the back of John Boy at the moment in his battle for P6. But yeah, like you say, obviously, I think Mike, he's got a bit of an excuse because obviously the reverse grid, he started at the back. He is actually the championship leader for this season. But I know what you mean. He has been out of sorts in some of the races. He's usually so consistent. Ozzy looking to the inside. Oh, he goes deep into the chicane, and that's surely going to allow Jay to get a cut back here as they come down towards the final corner. Jay just ahead, coming into the braking zone. He's going to squeeze him as well, and Ozzy nowhere to go. He's got Mike now looking around his outside. Bit of contact there between Ozzy and Mike, and Ozzy now trying to cover off the attack from the Mutts Nuts, who's poking nose up the inside as well here.
Yeah, but I can guarantee you that Mike is hoping that the power of that BMW is going to try.
Oh, we've got 3 wide here down the start finish straight as Mike trying to go around the outside here. Ozzy down the inside. As he's going to the side of Mike a little bit. Mike giving momentum though around the outside. We'll have the inside for turn 2, and Mike's going to get ahead of all of these guys here. As there's contact there between Mike and Jay getting pushed out and getting pushed wide by Team MW as well. Cobb moving through up into P10. Now looking up the inside of Ozzy here into turn 2. Turn 3 should I say. And he gets that one done there, does Cobb. Up into 9th. As Mike there goes wide, and that's going to allow Cobb and Ozzy through. And Mike might be vulnerable here to Team MW as well. He's looking to the inside here into turn 5, but he's too far back at the moment, and Mike holds on to P10. But he's all over the place in the early stage. Well, I say early stages, obviously early stages of the night, but we're well over halfway through this first race of the night, and this Revolt Detailer who still leads the race and potentially could be on the verge of taking his first ever win at Motive. I've said this a few times in the past. There's been a few situations where Leo has stood with a chance of taking his first win. He's currently in that position once again, but Doris Steer keeping tabs on him at the moment. To be fair, I don't think Doris Steer's won a race either, if I'm totally honest. I know that Pot the Brown hasn't either. Part Pooper's taken a handful of wins, so has Nick the Villa, I know that. But the top three, I don't believe any of these three have ever taken a win here at Motive. So what a night it would be for one of these lads if they can stay in the position they're in. Can Part Pooper be the party pooper here and be the one who denies them? Or Nick the Villa maybe? That's the question. But the Mutts Nuts is currently keeping Cobb behind him here. John Boy's managed to gap this pack of cars and is now starting to close in on the leaders. Could John Boy be the one to ruin Revolt Detailer's day maybe?
Could be any number of people at this point. They're all, that gap that we saw near the beginning of the race is pretty much non-existent now. Apart from one person at no man's land, which seems to be John Boy right now.
Here we are down towards turn 1 again. You can see Cobb on the inside. Aussie trying to hold it around the outside of Cobb. Cobb a bit of a lock-up on the inside. Just stays ahead of Aussie Albie. In towards turn 2 they go. Cobb trying to go around the outside now of the Mutts Nuts. But Mutts Nuts has got that one held on to. Oh, contact there between Aussie and Cobb.
Wasn't Mike ahead of these guys?
No, Mike was ahead of them, but he made a mistake about a lap ago. He saw it happen. As Cobb poking the nose up the inside of Aussie. Mike, though, I tell you what, he might lose out to Jay here. Jay's attacking on him. We've got to keep an eye on this battle here as they come down towards turn 5. As Cobb trying to defend from Mike. Mike giving a bit of a tap there. But it's all's well at the moment. Lock up there from Mike as well. But Revolt Detail is putting out the gap to Doris Steer at the moment. You can see just under 2 seconds separating them at this point. And Pot the Brown there running in P3. He's just ahead of Part Pooper and Nick. But yeah, like you say, Ian, 4 seconds now separating the top 5. So the pack is now concertinaing up a little bit. You got John Boy there who's also reeling them in bit by bit. And yeah, this is serving up to be a fascinating battle for this win. But Revolt Detail has still got it at the moment by over 2 seconds. So all he needs to do is keep it together for this final lap and he'll take his first ever win here at Motive. He's standing on the verge right now. And I remember being in a situation saying this earlier in the season. I also remember a situation at Silverstone National last season where he led much of the race and then lost the lead with a couple of laps left to go. But he's only got 1 lap to get around here and he's got a solid gap to the rest of them. So this could be Revolt Detailer's moment here tonight. He just has to keep it together for this final lap of the race. And this is his. As in the meantime, we've got Nick here looking down the inside of Part Pooper into turn 1. Gets that one done. And John Boy now looking to try and follow him through and knock Part Pooper while he's down as he's going around the outside into turn 2. Not going to happen for now. But there's Pot the Brown looking down the inside of Doris Steer into the hairpin. Oh, and there's contact there, and there's a little bit of argy-bargy there as well. Pot the Brown very aggressive there as he pushed Doris out of the way. Not really what you want to be seeing.
Well, sometimes in these touring cars you have to get your elbows out just to be able to get up next to them, but there is a very fine limit between rubbing elbows then changing to throwing handbags, and that line is so very thin on these cars, because even if you tap the rear end on a lot bit of these Megans, they can send them spinning.
Here we are then, coming into the final chicane with Revolt Detail leading by over 3 seconds. Oh, look at this. There's little handbags here between Potter Brown and Thoristeer, and Potter Brown cuts the chicane there. Gained a massive advantage from that. Maybe the stewards might want to have a look at that. But Revolt Detailer coming out the final corner. It's all about Leo here tonight. He has got up and gone here in this first race, made the most of his starting position, and he has not looked back. Revolt Detailer takes his first ever victory here at Motive Racing. Congratulations to Leo. It's been a long time coming for you. Been a member of this community for well over a year now, and I'm sure he'll be chuffed to bits with that. Potter Brown second ahead of Thoristeer third, followed by John Boy in fourth with Nick the Villa over in P5. Part Pooper takes P6 ahead of the Mutts Nuts in 7th with Aussie Albie in 8th. Jay comes over in 9th with TMW 10th, followed by Craig in 11th. Cobb over in 12th, not the race for him at all in this first race of the night. And Mike coming over to take P13. But well done to Revolt Detailer on taking his first ever win here on the Motive Racing YouTube channel. He's been a member of our touring car community now for a very long time, and it's good to see him finally registering a victory on the board. Fastest lap of the race goes to John Boy, who's becoming a bit of a fastest lap connoisseur this season, I tell you. But yeah, excellent stuff there from Revolt Detailer. Revolt Detailer, Potter Brown and Thoristeer, your podium finishers. We'll be back very shortly for a new stream, which will be live in about 5 minutes time for the qualifying session for race 2. Definitely tune in on Discord or check that out on Discord. We'll be back in a moment.